Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Programming with a Purpose. As we are doing tutorials on Firebase these days, I have included the authentication module of Firebase in this tutorial. So let's explore this tutorial and see how to implement this into our Swift code. So I've opened the Firebase website and it has shown you how to include the Firebase authentication UI module using the pod approach. So basically there are two approaches to include any additional library or framework to your XCODE project. One is the pod approach. It is the traditional approach and that has been used for quite some time. And package manager is the newest approach that is supported by Apple in the updated XCODE frameworks. I have already included two Firebase modules, the Firebase storage and database, using the package manager approach. Now when I tried the pod approach, it has caused conflict between some of the libraries that are duplicated in my project. So if any such condition occurs, I think in that case obviously it is not possible to use these two alternate approaches. But in case of libraries and frameworks that do not support package manager for now, you can use the pod approach as long as there is no conflict in between the libraries and frameworks. So I just wanted to show you that this finding was a bit interesting and I wanted to share it with you guys. If you are not interested in seeing the results or not interested in looking at what it has caused the issue in Xcode, you can skip this part and move to the next part where I have started the implementation of authentication module after importing it using the package manager. So here I'm showing you how to add the authentication module in your Firebase console. So you select the authentication module from build drop down and then press the button get started. So there are multiple sign-in methods. As you can see, I am selecting the email password method and enabling it. If you are interested in other methods, you are going to click on them and then enable them one by one. After enabling, I am now pressing the save button. So this is enabled, email password enabled. So there is other type of information that you can configure. For example, the templates of the verification email, you can customize it as you like, with subject, sender name, from, no reply, and the whole of the message that will be printed in that email for the verification of your login. These are just the templates. I haven't implemented this part of the authentication module, but I just wanted to show you what are the different tabs for, and there are many other advanced features as well. And here we can see the users, since none of the users have signed in for now, so no users are shown here. This is all for the authentication implementation in the console. So the next step is, after the installation of the pods, as you can see that it is successfully installed, we are going to open the XE workspace. That is the way to include pods. If you are going to open the XE project file, it will not include the pods. So after the installation of pods, you have to open the workspace, XE workspace in your Xcode. The next part is the creation of UI. I have created a login view controller with email and password text fields, as well as one button which will be clicked, which is invisible for now and will be clicked when we want to create a new user. Another button will be added in a, I will show you how to add it in a few minutes, which will be clicked when you want to log in after entering the details. So the login button is missing for now. Follow this tutorial. So here I'm copying the function from the Firebase website, which will be used to log in using the email and password fields. Follow this code. So guys, here I'm showing you the issue. The exact issue is not mentioned here. The error it is giving me is basically the Firebase app.configure function should be called in the app delegate function in the did finish launching with options um, one the function application with this parameter, and I'm doing exactly that. So when I dug into this issue and I have explored the debug window and the detailed error, the issue was there were some libraries that were duplicated. So either I need to basically exclude libraries from the settings of the project, but that would be a tedious task. So I took the other way and included the Firebase authentication UI using the package manager. So this issue is basically caused because I have included the authentication module using pods and the other two modules using the package manager approach. So you can see that after adding the module using the package manager and how it's done, we have successfully run the project without any error, and it is giving me the authentication result as some value, and error as some value, and authentication result as basically nil. So that means that the sign in is wrong. Obviously we have no users in our database, so it will return an error. So here I'm setting the content type of the text fields. It is necessary because it will open up the relevant keyboard when we click on that text field. So I'm setting the content type of email as email and password as password, and then we have to click the secure text entry, as I'm going to show you in a few seconds, which will make the password not visible when we are going to type it on the screen, like the dots appear when we are typing a password. That will be enabled by checking the secure text key text entry checkbox. Here I am creating another view controller, the register new user view controller. It will have the same fields as the login screen, but it will have an additional field for confirm password, so that we can match the actual and the confirm password, and then proceed with the registering of the new user in our database. So on the click of the register button, we are going to call the create user API with the email and password in our fields after confirming that the actual password and the confirm password fields text matches, and then it will create our user in the database, and if the passwords do not match, we are going to show an alert. Here we are calling the register new user controller when the button of the new user will be clicked if we want to create a new user instead of logging on the login view controller. Here I am adding a handler so that when I press the OK button after the user is created successfully, it will move back to basically my login view controller, which will be behind this view controller. So when I dismiss the front view controller, the login view controller will automatically become visible. Here you can see that two users are visible, which I have added using my registered view controller module. I have created a constant class with a static variable is user logged in, which we are going to set so that throughout the flow of the app we will have this variable which gives us the value, and we do not need to call the API of authentication module to check the login status of the user again and again. So once we are logged in, we want to maintain a session so that we do not need to log in every time we are going to go through the flow of our app. So you can use the function add state did change listener using this. So I've added this function in the app delegate and it has caused a little issue which I'm going to show you now. So what I am doing here is, depending on the value of the user login status, I am going to call different data view controllers. For example, if it's logged in, display data view controller; not logged in, then login view controller will be displayed. But there is a problem with this code, that since authentication module will return result after some time, so this will be called. I've shown you using breakpoints this issue. So this is called, and after that it will go to the app delegate. So basically the user is always logged off according to this code. We are going to fix it in the next few seconds. So I fixed that issue by moving the code from app delegate to scene delegate, and then calling the function of creation of the window scene for the relevant view controller in the scene delegate in the completion handler of the add state did change listener. So basically once we have got the result is returned, and we have actually known the user logged in status. After that we are going to launch the view controller. Now I'm going to run the code and show you how this is working perfectly. So as a last step, I'm going to show you when we are going to successfully log in into our system using the Firebase authentication module. It will navigate me to the display data view controller. As you can see that it is happening. So basically we have successfully logged in. So guys, this is all for this tutorial. I hope you are liking these videos. If you have any suggestions regarding this video or any queries, post in the comment section. Please subscribe this channel. Have a good day. Bye.